excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. First down, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's the backup Keenum. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September.
All right, folks, eager. Keenum now on first down. Over the middle to Beckham. 7 yards the pick up there.
There's a good catch by Odell Beckham Jr. And in 2019, even though it was one of the least productive seasons of his career, he was still a 1,000-yard receiver for the 5th time. Also caught the longest reception of his career as well. An 89-yard touchdown against the Jets on a Monday night. Explosive is Odell Beckham Jr.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
11 yards there, first down.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Nice grab there by Kareem Hunt. It's going to be fun to watch him expand his game here in 2020. Versatile in the passing game, can carry it on the ground as well. Remember, he only played about half the season in 2019, 37 catches and a touchdown during that time. He's going to find more snaps this year and really expand this offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Keenum. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Keenum. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Mayfield on 1st down. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Mayfield, and he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. 4th down, Mayfield. He's picked off by down under 2 minutes to go. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look. Taylor. That catch good for only a couple. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he gets this
offense. Use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Today.
Fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. On 1st and 10, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
My dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And a 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 67 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. They begin with a run by Barkley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Gerald McCoy picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken,
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Giants on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. And Tate's got it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Barkley. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line.
Utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Jones now on 1st down. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 1st down Giants, Jones to Ingram. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's Jones. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open. And
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jalen Smith tied for 6th in the NFL in tackles last year, in on the stop there. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's cap.
Well, that came a little... Now Jones off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Operating from the gun. Jones trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
There's Gerald McCoy on the tackle. Now in his first year with the Cowboys after 6 Pro Bowl appearances in Tampa and 1 good season in Carolina.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the...
Jones on 1st and 10. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. Jones now throwing on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Here's Jones on first down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, here's Barkley. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jalen Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Operating from the gun, Jones. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Dallas, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as